So join me this morning as we welcome the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Everybody. Thank you. Everybody sit down. Thank you so much. Well, this is a good crowd here. First of all, can everybody please give Grace another big round of applause? You know, not only does she do incredibly inspiring work in Nigeria, but I have to say following Grace is a little bit like following Michelle. You know, she's so good that you kind of feel bad when you're walking out because you're thinking, I'm not going to be that good. But she's just one example of the incredible talent that's in this room. And to all of you, I know that you've been here in the United States for just a few weeks, but let me say on behalf of the American people, welcome to the United States. We are thrilled to have you here. And your visit comes at a perfect time. Because yes, it's soon my birthday, and that's a very important thing. But that's not the main reason it's a perfect time. The main reason is because, as many of you know, I just returned from Africa. And it was my 4th trip to sub-Saharan Africa, more than any other U.S. president. And I was proud to be the first U.S. president to visit Kenya, the first to visit Ethiopia, the first to address the African Union, which was a great honor. And the reason I've devoted so much energy to our work with the continent is, as I said last week, even as Africa continues to confront many challenges, Africa is on the move. It's one of the fastest growing regions in the world. Africa's middle class is projected to grow to more than 1 billion consumers, with hundreds of millions of mobile phones and surging access to the internet. Africans are beginning to leapfrog old technologies into new prosperity. The continent has achieved historic gains in health, from fighting HIV/AIDS to making childbirth safer for women and babies. Millions have been lifted from extreme poverty. So this is extraordinary progress. And young people, like you, are driving so much of this progress. Because Africa is the youngest continent. I saw the power of youth on my trip in Kenya. Richard Ruto Torosia helped build Yes Youth Can, one of the country's most prominent civil society groups with over 1 million members. At the Global Entrepreneurship Summit in Nairobi, Shadi Sabe spoke about how he started Brilliant Footsteps Academy in Nigeria, which uses education to fight religious extremism and provide more opportunities for young Muslim youth. I met Judith Owigar, an entrepreneur who co-founded a nonprofit that trains young women living in the slums of Nairobi in computer programming and graphic design, and then helps place them in tech jobs. So I saw the talent of young people all across the continent. And as president, I want to make sure that even as we're working with governments, we're also helping to empower young Africans like all of you. And that's why I launched YALI, Young African Leaders Initiative, to help you access the resources and the training and the networks that you need to become the next generation of leaders in all areas, in civil society, in business, in government. And the response has been overwhelming. So far, more than 140,000 young people across Africa have joined our YALI network. So young Africans with new ideas can connect with each other and collaborate and work together to put their plans into action. And I want to welcome all of the YALI network members across Africa who are watching this town hall today. I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud that we've made so much progress together after just a few years. And last year I said we'd launch a new set of tools for our YALI network. So today we've got more than 30 online lessons available on everything from public speaking to how to write a business plan, mentoring, new ways to network across Africa, around the world, new training sessions, meetings with experts on how to launch a startup. And we're launching 3 new online Mandela Fellow Washington Fellowship Institute courses so that all members of the YALI network can access some of the great ideas that you've been sharing. Last year I said that we would create YALI regional leadership centers across Africa to provide skills, networks, and opportunities to even more young African leaders. And in Kenya, I had a chance to visit the Regional Leadership Center in Nairobi. Just this morning, we opened a new center in Accra. And 2 more will be opened by the end of the year in Pretoria and in Dakar. Last year I said we would do even more to support young entrepreneurs with grants to help you start a business or nonprofit, and with new training for thousands of aspiring entrepreneurs in small towns and rural areas. So at the recent Global Entrepreneurship Summit in Nairobi, I announced that we've secured more than $1 billion in new commitments from banks and philanthropists to support emerging entrepreneurs around the world, including in Africa, with half the money going to support women and young people. And last year I welcomed our first class of Mandela Fellows. This year the response was overwhelming again, nearly 30,000 applied. And today I'm honored to welcome you, the second Mandela Washington Fellows class. We're on track to double the Mandela Washington Fellowship program to 1,000 fellows by next year. And I know you've been busy. Over the past few weeks at schools and businesses all across America, you've been taking courses, developing the skills you'll need to make your ideas a reality, so that you're able to continue the great work that you're already doing, but take it to the next level. That's what Brian Wembia of Zambia plans to do. Where's Brian? Where is he? There he is, right there. So Brian uses music to advocate against things like gender-based violence and to educate youth on HIV/AIDS. So while in the U.S., he's learned about our healthcare system, met the founder of an American HIV/AIDS organization, and now he plans to start a record label for music about social change. So Brian, we're proud to be your partner. Or we've got Khadija Diallo of Guinea. Where's Khadija? There she is. So Khadija helped lead UNICEF's media campaign to stop the spread of Ebola. And with the management skills that she gained at Wagner College, she wants to work on improving the lives of women and girls back home in Guinea. So we are proud to be your partner. Or we've got Jamila Mianja of Uganda. Are you posing? She is posing. Jamila is not a fashion model. That's not. She started a door-to-door laundry company to employ more youth and teach them entrepreneurial skills, and she hopes to take what she learned during her time at Dartmouth University to meet her goal of getting 1,000 youth to work in or run their own business. So we're proud to be your partner today. So that's just a sampling of the incredible projects that are being done by fellows all across Africa. So this program is going to help all of you make a real difference back home. But Fatou Baendour from Senegal, where's Fatou? So Fatou wrote me a letter, and she said, if the real value of YALI is for young people to learn from others, then maybe we should start sending some young Americans to Africa also. You know, and she made the point not just to help poor communities as they usually do, but to learn from other societies with humility, and which I thought is absolutely true. So I have good news, Fatou. From now on, YALI will give Americans an opportunity next summer. Up to 80 young American leaders will join. Up to 80 young American leaders will join YALI and go to Africa to learn from you and your countries. And you guys are going to have to look after them when they're there. Like, you know, show them good places, but not have too much fun. They need to be doing some work while they're there. So these connections and partnerships and friendships, they forge an understanding that brings our peoples closer together. After 6 weeks here, some of you are now officially Texas Longhorns or Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Oh, look at you've shared African cooking with your American friends, but you've also had a burger and a hot dog at 4th of July celebrations. I'm told many of you went bowling for the first time. I hear it didn't go that well. There were a few strikes. By the way, there was at least one marriage that came out of last year's class. So who knows what might have happened here. So as your time in America comes to a close, I want you to remember this is really just the beginning. We just started this. And the truth is that our greatest challenges, whether it's inclusive development or confronting terrorism, dealing with conflict, climate change, increasing women's rights, children's rights, these are bigger than any one nation or even one continent. Our hope is that 10, 15, 20 years from now, when you've all gone on to be ministers in government or leaders in business or pioneers of social change, that you'll still be connecting with each other, that you'll still be learning from each other, and that together you'll be reaching back and helping the next generation. That you'll not only be making a difference in your own countries, but you'll be the foundation of a new generation of global leadership. A generation that's going to be working together across borders to make the world safer and more prosperous and more peaceful and more just. That's my hope for you. We've brought you here because we benefit from your leadership, but we're counting on you to work together to make sure that you're also reaching back to those who are going to be coming behind you. Couldn't be prouder of you. So with that, let me take some questions. All right? Thank you very much.